looks like a good move. Yes!
Welcome to Nissan's Drive to the Championship. I'm Jenni Carlson here with Barry Tramel in St. Louis, Missouri, where tonight the Sooners lose to Louisville 61-59 in the Final Four. Barry, so ends the Sooners season. Talk a little bit about this game and just the ebb and flow of first half to second half. What went wrong for the Sooners?
Well, it was a tale of two halves. Sooners get out 11-0 and 16-2 and lead 34-22 at halftime, but the second half was a different story. Louisville came out really strong, really aggressive. Oklahoma, a little bit of foul trouble. Courtney sat out 3 minutes early in the second half, and Louisville trailed by 9 when she went out. They were tied when she came back, nip and tuck the rest of the way, and Louisville won it at the end.
You mentioned Courtney Paris. This ends the Paris era, her and Ashley, as well as Carolyn Winchester in their careers. Obviously, the onus on the Paris sisters. What about that, Barry? How will people remember this era of OU women's basketball?
I think they're going to remember two things. I think they're going to remember the elevation of the program, interest, success, all the things the Paris sisters brought. Before they got here, OU women averaged about 5,000 or 6,000 fans a game. Good, solid fan base. Now, of course, sellout crowds, not uncommon at Lloyd Noble, averaged over 9,000 a game this year. National spotlight, we've seen that just in this NCAA tournament, so really brought the program a long way. But I think it's also going to be an era of disappointment that they only made one Final Four, didn't make the championship game, didn't win a national title, so it's bittersweet. Now the lesson, of course, is that national championships very difficult to win, especially in a year when Connecticut is as great as the Huskies are this year. The disappointment is, you didn't get the chance to play Connecticut.
I know a lot will be talked about with Courtney's Guarantee. She made the guarantee to pay back her scholarship if they didn't win a national championship. What do you think about that, Barry?
Well, I think the whole thing was probably a little overblown by Courtney herself at the start, and then by everybody else. It's not a vow she should have made. It's not a vow anybody should take seriously. She shouldn't be paying anybody back. In fact, the truth is, OU owes Courtney more so than most athletes for what she's done for the program. So, I think the vow and the guarantee is something I think we can put behind us and sort of maybe years from now laugh about it or smile about it, remember it, but certainly don't hold it against Courtney Paris. It was said in the emotion of senior night. It never really really wasn't based in reality. In a lot of years, okay, but not this year with this Connecticut team. We saw them take apart Stanford. They're going to win the national title. They're going to win it easy. So this, an Oklahoma national title in this season was not very realistic.
Last thing, Barry, let's talk about moving forward, because now people will already be thinking about 2009, 2010. What about the Sooners for next year? Is there reason for optimism that maybe they can be a national power, continue to be a national power?
Well, getting back to the Final Four is going to be very difficult. No inside players, starters back with Courtney and Ashley leaving, but the backcourt's returning. Stevenson, Thompson, Hand, Robinson. You're talking about really, really good players. So some basketball programs have thrived when a superstar leaves. Virginia made the Final Four in the men's side in 1984, the year after Ralph Sampson left. So crazier things have happened, but Sherry Cole's most definitely going to have to refortify the middle.
All right. Thanks, Barry, and thanks for being with us on Nissan's Drive to the Championship.